if you're scared and you're worried, think your vision's getting blurry. I just clear your mind, clear your mind, clear your mind. We got this going. So, buen dia, mis cristales. What a pleasure to have you tapped in today. For those who don't know me, I'm Kay. This is the Crystal CAY'S, and I'm here to be a divinator for you, to be a medium, a guide of sorts, a spiritual assistance embedded in your life. Of course, if you're tapping into this message right now, in this moment of existence, then it's meant for you. Confirmation on the stopwatch beep. So, everyone, I am doing so many changes. I'm sure I'm not the only one whose life is changing rapidly. And I just want you guys to continue to work with me on the process. Part of that means my videos shift, my camera angles shift. I've been doing the bird's eye top view for the last few videos just to incorporate it and give it a shot. I wanted to be able to see what is the most effective for me and my lifestyle, what feels right, but also what you guys take to the best, the ways in which you receive the messages the best. I've learned that some viewers, some of the collective will actually prefer to have, to have view of the cards, essentially, to know what I'm reading on. You all are divinators in your own way. Maybe not that you focus on that skill particularly, or you're not maybe willing to form it into a practice for some of you, but that's fine because you have your spiritual gifts, and because of that, you can also understand more. Pardon the interruption. Interesting. So we got some cards jumping out for the pre-shuffle. If it comes out again, I will definitely keep it, but I'll take note. But I digress. To continue, let me just say that because you have these spiritual gifts, of course, looking at the cards on the table, on the layout, is helpful for a lot of the individuals in the collective. And for others, maybe you don't care so much. Maybe you just enjoy listening to the readings, listening to the messages that I say. And that's totally fine too. So today, of course, I'm going to be on screen, on camera, and I will more than likely be switching back and forth between the bird's eye view or the face front camera view. And of course, over time, I'll just have created a regime, and we'll see a regimen, and then we'll just see how that shakes out, you know. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into this shuffle deeper, get into this read. I'm going to channel my energy. I want to ask that all angels, archangels, ancestors, animal spirits, nature spirits, spirits of the elementals, any other divine God and goddess energies that are out there working in tandem with this message, please do give me those messages guided in truth, clear and concise, of course, and to block all interferences that are meant to distort this message. Let us be protected over that as much as possible, and to repel what is not meant for this true, authentic moment. Okay, I think we're ready to pull now. Feeling ready to pull. Ooh, okay. So right off the bat, we got some very big energy about career. I get the feeling that someone wants to, collective, to trample your career. You guys should have, I don't know if you saw it on camera. You probably did, but when I was knocking the cards and just to balance and tap out the energy, just for a clear reset right before we get in, and I tapped the card and it felt like my hand crunched down with more force than I expected it to, and it almost sort of crumpled the card here. So something about your finances, something about your career, and honestly, not just money. I get the sense that this has a lot to do with your career path. So what you're pursuing as more than a job, something that you find to be passionate about. I heard take a bow. Very much could be related to performance related positions or feeling as a influencer, a artist, an artist. You know, it's giving that kind of energy. But when I hear take a bow, of course we know that is something, well, for those who don't know, that is something that performers may do at the end of their performance, just as a big thank you, a nod or an acknowledgement to the crowd, to the viewers, to the audience who has just witnessed or experienced their performance, right? But in this case, I'm hearing that take a bow is very much more so in the energy of take a seat. Like there's someone that wants to sit you down because they know that you're powerful, and there's something that with your power they're feeling very bothered about. I get the sense that this individual or multiple individuals or whatever energy that is attached to this individual has an intention, has a malintention somewhere to dim your light, to shrink your capabilities, to diminish your opportunities, to shrink your possibilities, to maybe squander something that you once saw for yourself or that you do see for yourself currently. And it's a consumptive energy. Yeah. So right now, right here, right now, we've got intangible dark magic. That's letting me know right off the bat, collective, that there is a little bit of foul play at hand, because dark magic isn't always necessarily foul, but in this context it is. There are things that you must do to tap into your dark energy, your dark essence, so to speak, for you to be able to be who you really are meant to be. You're not all light, you're not all dark. There is a blend, and there's a finesse to how that, a delicate balance, I should say, as to how that blend reads for you, what your energetic footprint looks like at any particular given moment. But what this is showing me is that there is much black magic in the air, not just the divine dark arts. That's not the only thing at play here. There is essentially, like, I'm getting a divination abuser, I'm getting divination abuse, so I'm getting someone who is utilizing the fact that they have spiritual gifts to bring harm to others, or to have some sort of malintentional use of it. So for example, let's say someone knows that they're very good at convincing people of things. They have this gift of influence. They have this this way of persuading others. And in this case, they want to use that persuasion or whatever type of charm they possess, or whatever attraction they can draw. They are using that to create obstacles for others. And in your case, particularly possibly for you, I get the sense that that you're not the only one that is facing the brunt of this misuse, of this irresponsible approach to spirituality. And I say irresponsible because there's an imbalance here. You know, this isn't just a personal opinion. This is more so recognizing what is and understanding that there is a lack of balance. There's a disproportionate amount of energy that, of course, depending on the situation, this can spiral into further chaos because of how outweighed the balance is, essentially. Someone here cannot handle the truth. I want to know more about that. Let's figure it out, collective, okay? Mis cristales. Yo, I realized I have not addressed you as such in this video. I've been saying my collective, and that you are. But my collective, is always different every video. There's something about having like a core collective that resurfaces, because if I read for a certain type of group or a certain type of person, or someone with a group of people with a common interest or aspect of their journey, challenge, whatever it is, well, you more than likely will resonate with other messages that I've put out. You'll find ways to resurface on my channel because of the things that I channel and the things that I speak about and how it would essentially relate to you. But of course, every collective is not the same, and so it's different energy every time is all I'm really saying. But of course, I wanted to say that, mis cristales, if you're here with me in this channel, you absolutely have the potential to be one of my cristales. You're a crystal. You're a beautiful gem in this earth. No matter if you are in a part of your process where you don't really necessarily feel like you are a crystal, but crystals undergo very, very interesting processes that require lots of pressure, lots of time, lots of evolution is occurring for each and every crystal to turn exactly how they are. So just for context, cristales, if you ever wondered why I call you that, it's because I feel that us in our human form is very relatable and comparable in a lot of ways to that of a crystal, that of a gem, that of a stone. But let me go ahead and get back to the reading. So, can't handle the truth. Let's figure out who cannot handle the truth. Is it you? Is it this energy that is these entities in your life that are flustered and frustrated by the path you have set in front of you? So I see here you got the Strength card in reverse. This is clearly, I haven't gotten to the bottom of which side this pendulum is swinging, but one thing I do see for sure is that you're either, so this is what it is. Some of the collective, some of you cristales, you are wrangling with something that you are facing. There's a truth that you struggle to handle. It's easier to avoid it, dip around it, not necessarily entertain this truth. I get the sense that you feel weak when you engage with this reality, whatever this truth is, and we'll get into that. Whatever this truth is, you feel weak when you engage with it. But that's only part of the process. And it's actually a mind game that you can play tricks on yourself with. Because when you face a truth, when you settle into accepting the reality of something in a singular moment, just to acknowledge what is, what the energy is telling you, what vibrations are present, what it does is it allows you to step into a position of releasing. It allows you to let go of a baggage that is tied to the denial of the truth. And it allows you to be capable of shifting your vibrational frequencies so that you can maneuver into other things. And this is where timeline jumps come in, moving through portals comes in, right? But when you feel that vulnerability that you may mistake as weakness, when you are in the process of facing a truth, you may trap yourself into a falsehood that makes you want to back out of fully accepting this truth. Now, for others, this may not be you. This may be someone else. And on the count of my stutter or my word flub, I get the sense that for many of you in this collective, that is the case. There are entities, there is an individual that feels this way in relation to you, in relation to what you've got going on, especially as it relates to career, as it relates to your power. Not only your power to make money, but the way you do it. And here's another thing. I'm getting the sense that this really isn't just about finances. Like, I get the sense that this is more about the path you take and the way that you impact others, the way that you combined or incorporate your passion into everything you do. And because you're learning how to more skillfully and masterfully do that on a day-to-day basis, this transforms into developing your true career path. Now, think about back to when you were a child or when you were super young. Many of us have an understanding that we're born into this life with some kind of we're filled with these preconceived notions from our environments about how we should pursue our careers, how we should understand our purpose in the world, how we should apply ourselves. And for those who stay as close to their authentic self as possible from childhood into adolescence, into those teen years, into young adulthood, and so forth, those who stay closest to their authentic self, no matter what is thrown at us with life, those are the ones who really do dig into their career paths and honestly experience less frequent career changes in relation to someone who's able to say, this is what my path is truly guiding me to do. Now, don't get me wrong, there is this concept or the reality of things where some people are simply just meant to change career paths frequently or many times in their life, or even just a few big. I'm hearing like 2 to 3 big times where some of the collective has jumped into a new career or pivoted the type of jobs or the type of fields that they're in. That is a very normal thing, especially it's going to be related to the type of soul contract you have here on this earth, what your life path is really meant to be. Forgive me, guys, I'm just checking out the timer there. We're at 17:33. That may be significant for some. 33, life path 33. Yeah, got it. So I'm getting the sense that for whatever entities are frustrated or feel weakened by your success, which is always a red flag. You should never feel weakened by someone else's success unless you actually... Well, let me start here. If you do feel threatened or weakened by someone else's success, there's some inner work that needs to occur so that you don't have to feel those ways any further, or at least not with an intensity that you may have felt once before. The thing is, if you do feel bothered by the success of someone else, and it's on the premise of that individual going out of their way to sabotage you, doing spell work on you, doing a potential destiny swap, whatever it is that is creating these unwarranted hassles in your life, well, I can understand why you'd feel frustrated, weakened, hindered by these situations. It would only be natural, right? But then still within a higher perspective, applying a wisdom that you can transmute these energies and these pressures, these things that come out of these tough experiences that come out of the challenges that you're faced, no matter how they enter your life. With that transmutation, you gain so much power and you become more than just a manifester. You become a true conduit of energy, no matter if that energy is yours, stemming from you and your soul power, or stemming from something else that you have been able to not only absorb, but to shift and mold and command it to go somewhere that it needs to go. There is some level of disappointment that lingers in this perceived weakness, which honestly is just a vulnerability in truth. On that stutter, I'm gonna take that as a message that you do feel vulnerable, but I'm calling you not to mistake your vulnerability for a weakness. I'm being called to say that to you. Is this the collective? Because I get the sense that this is you guys. I know you guys have adversaries. I know you guys have oppositions. I was going to say opponents. So maybe I'm hearing that some of you may be in the business of doing sports, I even heard Fight Club. I'm not sure if anybody's learning an art form or building their Warcraft abilities, you know. I'm hearing competitions are significant. Maybe being in your head about a competition that has a monetary prize or a gift at the end for the winner. And you're really getting down on yourself because of the way you focus on different truths that surface in your life. I get the sense that whatever these truths are, there's something that returns cyclically. This isn't something that, and it's not a tangible thing. This is something that is a little more esoteric, a little more ethereal, a little more, I'm even hearing psychological. I'm just hearing anything that doesn't relate to the physical world. These are concepts. These are ideas, philosophies, belief systems. These are spiritual things, psychological things, stuff like that. And whatever you're in the process of facing, you're having some level of tunnel vision. And if this isn't you, this is another individual in your energy. I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to ask the spirits to tell me more about the truths that you're facing or in the process of facing. I would like to know more about that. Also, forgive me, cristales, por favor, perdóname, because my desk is messy. Very messy. Not very messy, but there's cards here, and I sometimes have to avert my attention to the cards so I can clear the desk and not let these messages get jumbled, because trust me, if I allow it, it will get very messy. But that's life, right? So let's see. Can't handle the truth. What truths are you working with at this time, or this individual? What truths are coming up for the collective, for the individual here that is struggling? Got it. So we literally have apprehensive and shadow work. Who's avoiding their shadow work? I wouldn't even say it's not like it's like dipping your toe in the pool and being terrified that the pool is going to be too cold. And just because you dip your toe in and you don't necessarily like the temperature, you don't exactly feel excited about the way the temperature feels. We've got 23:44 on the clock. That's relevant to someone here. And you dip your toe in that water, and because you've done that, you're like, oh, no, I'm getting out. I'm not doing this. I don't want to swim right now. I'm not going to do it. But you feel this way, even if it's just a dialogue you have in your head and you're not physically acting so dramatic. But it's something about that reluctancy, that reluctant nature that springs out of you because of this discomfort. Little do you know, if you would have just allowed yourself, as you allow yourself to get in the pool, your homeostasis kicks in. The balance of your temperature, core temperature in your body will adjust. You will feel different once you're submerged, and everything will find its way to work itself out, essentially, to rebalance, to work itself out. So you guys are dealing with that metaphorically right now, in regards to your shadow work. And that's okay. I think there's a place for that. But what you are being called to do, or what this so really, collective, there are individuals. I'm getting the sense that some of you are not necessarily the collective. I just got a message from the guides, from the spirit team, that this is a cross watcher. This is someone who's tapping into this energy at this time. Some point in this video, somebody's watching and they're getting uncomfortable, feeling called out that they're watching this, and they know which side of the coin they're on with everything I've been saying. They know that there's someone who is facing this reluctancy to do the work, to do the inner work, to do the shadow work, to face certain truths so that they can move forward in their lives, to make better use of their energy. And cross watcher, or individual on some karmic basis, or just not really willing to be a truth seeker, you are feeling triggered. I want you to know that here on this channel, this is a safe place. This is a protected place. But as I'm speaking on this to you, we've got karma, lazy or non-motivated, and sacrificed. So if you are in the business, who I'm speaking to, if you're in the business of making life difficult for others because you don't want to do the work and you'd rather bring someone else down, or create karmic situations for other people, perhaps destiny swapping, meaning trying to take something that's destined for someone else or predisposed for someone else due to their favor by way of their energetic footprint, and you want to disrupt that and cause harm to that, you need to reevaluate. That's all I want to say. I'm feeling very called to be harsh about that, and this isn't even really as harsh as it could be. Straighten up. I have compassion for you. I have empathy for you in terms of understanding that you've more than likely, undoubtedly, you've been through a lot. You've faced a lot of karma already, but you're gonna accrue more if you aren't careful about bringing strife and hassles to people who don't actually deserve that. Now, you may be divinely, or you may be a puzzle piece or a piece on the chessboard to be divinely orchestrated to be a antagonist in someone's experience. And that may be the case. And that's just, if that's what it's meant to be, that's what it's meant to be. That means you signed a soul contract with this individual that you just do not have the best. You're not very fond of this person. And if you are, then you're secretly fond of them, and you can't handle the truth. You can't accept the fact that there are things that you really appreciate and like about this person, but you won't validate it. Matter of fact, this could be a whole separate reading. I'm not going to let this hijack the reading. We know this energy is here. For those who are in this energy, please do take a deep breath and still listen, because this does pertain to whoever feels weak, who feels knocked down or put in a unbecoming predicament or situation or stature because of the shadow work. The shadow work, the presence of shadow work, is so you can evolve, so that you can expand into the person you truly are destined to be at your best. Your shadow work allows you to integrate these different aspects of yourself that you have once rejected. There are parts of yourself that you beat up on yourself about, or that you reject, or that you don't understand how it's benefiting you, how it's a positive aspect of you. But that can change. It must change for you to evolve into your highest self, so that you can become one with yourself, and then a step further, one with the collective consciousness. For my collective, I want to go ahead and ask from the spirit guides, what is another token of advice? I want to get to the wrap up of this message. I feel we've gotten a really, really impactful point across here. Can I have another card to go with this one here? Manipulative. Mind control. So, got it. So I get the sense clearly that there's gang stalking going on. You feel outcast. Something about the internet. So I don't know if this is internet trolls getting on you, or individuals who are, whatever you are emitting in your vibration is translating to online presence, which means for however amazing you are, your vibrations aren't really communicating to the universe to give you what you truly deserve. And when I say truly deserve, I'm referring to your destiny. Your destiny is one thing, your reality, your current reality is another. If your goal is to coincide your true destiny with your current reality, then it's gonna require some effort on your part to transmute energy, to transmute these lower vibrations that can hold you back from that true destiny. I know that it's sometimes easier to focus on what other people can do to you, but they are a reflection of your inner world. What they do and the energy that they access, it's like a transmitter. So if somebody else has not cleared that same type of energy out of their field, that same vibration has not been released from other individuals, then when it comes to you and you emit a certain vibration out, that vibration, they are going to reflect it back to you because they can. Because their spirit, that energy is conjured out of them. And because they haven't released it, they're not necessarily transmuting it. They're just reflecting it back to you. Itch on my head, that's confirmation for me. Someone definitely feels called out right now. Someone feels that they don't want to admit this. And even after this conversation, you're still battling whoever I'm speaking to that this resonates the most with, still battling the truth of this. It's okay though. This is your wake-up call. This is your, I can't go back. There's no going back. From this moment on, I'm going to accept this because I have to. I can't unsee or unknow or unlearn what I know to be the truth. The truth is the truth is the truth. I'm being called to tell you, do not let your mind be just over manipulated and bent into some perspective that is not serving you. There are going to be individuals that are here to gang up on you, to turn you to a black sheep, to make you feel as though you do deserve to be broken and outcasted. With the card I drew, Four of Cups, this is a very lonely energy. But not just lonely. This is discontentment. This is discouragement. This is being focused on things that are not actually serving you in the best way possible. Meanwhile, you do have things around you that are here to support you, to bring you in higher vibrations, to be a fuller cup for you, to give you emotional fulfillment. But if you are not allowing yourself to see those things and engage in those things, to be grateful for those things, or even just acknowledge them, then you are going to be stuck in some form of mind control that is going to bring on a karmic cycle. Do not allow yourself to do your best. If you can, do your best because you can. Do your best to not be void of motivation. I've heard before that motivation really isn't what it's cracked up to be, because it can come and go. But there's a passion deep within you that allows your motivation to reignite. So if you allow yourself to not relinquish the passion you have, to not give it away to things that don't deserve it, your passion will strengthen. Your passion will strengthen. You're not meant to be in this position. You are in this time because it's in your energy field, but this is not a forever feeling. It is you transmuting your energy. I do feel so repetitive, but I also feel that someone in this collective, Mis Cristales, somebody in this collective needs to hear this over and over again, because the confidence isn't there. The confidence is not there when it comes to these inner truths and this shadow work needing to be done. But that's okay, because once again, this is the wake-up call, and you've got this. You have the fortitude within you to not let this set you back, to not let yourself be a victim of gang stalking. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's gonna happen. It happens all through our human experience, but it's not meant to define you. And the only way that it won't define you, and it won't keep you in this energy here, feeling, old and decrepit and down for the count, and no matter what you've done to make your life better, you feel unfulfilled about it. That's not really meant to be your energy. Not in the long term. This is temporary, and it needs to stay temporary. But the only way to do that is for you to dig in. Use your ability to, I get the sense that you really do have some type of gift with helping people out of their dark places, giving people some level of comfort. People feel like they can talk to you or trust you with certain things. There's a level of comfort that you bring to others, not necessarily people who are jealous of you or an adversary to you, but for others who don't feel threatened by you, they feel actually quite comforted by you, supported by you. Take that gift and that power and that skill and use it on yourself. You deserve that. You deserve to be able to give yourself that nurturement and that support. Be a coach or a cheerleader for yourself the way you can do it for others. And you'll see just how quickly your apprehension about your shadow work disappears. I can try to see. I'm going to pull a card, and then we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to pull a card for what type of shadow work you may be facing at this time. I already get the sense that this has a lot to do with your perseverance. It's like a combination of your confidence, how you view yourself as far as being able to handle different challenges. You do have an ability to persevere through very difficult things. I can tell by your energy that you don't avoid challenges as far as getting through the tough times. You're no stranger to getting through the tough times. But when it comes to what that process looks like for you, you're still figuring that part out. You're still figuring out your system, like what it is you need to incorporate, the tools you need to access when you're feeling low, feeling down, feeling drained of energy. What is it that you need to do when you're low vibrational versus what you do when you're high vibrational, and keeping yourself into routines that support and promote your growth versus fluctuating between things that just don't serve you, and fluctuating between things that help you, but maybe you don't utilize them in your deepest time of need. For example, somebody here in the collective, not sure who, if this resonates with you, go ahead and drop that in the comments, because I'd like to know. But there are some of you who I just had the example and Spirit took it away. I'm being called not to say it. Spiritual burp confirmation. I'm not meant to double burp. I'm not here to put somebody's business in the streets, is what I've heard. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. So once again, I'm being told not to say the example. I remember now. But the example was kind of quick to expose a lot of you. And I do love being a truth seeker. That is fun for me. I'm getting very sleepy. That is coming through for someone here. You feel chest heavy, back hurting, told to fix posture. You guys feel weighted down. Like the spiritual energy on you, the energy on you in the spiritual realm is so heavy that it's translating to bad posture. I'm also feeling the need to talk a little too strong, feeling a sense of hoarseness, only I'm not actually hoarse and my throat isn't hoarse, but I'm feeling like there's a lot of pressure coming through the windpipes for me, and I get the sense that you guys may do that. Some of your shadow work, okay? Spirit is showing me you've got 3 of Cups and 7 of Wands. So I get the sense that something that you may not face within yourself is that you want to I get the sense that you get into these circles, be it family, friends, work, strangers, acquaintances. I'd say not strangers, but more so like acquaintances. Like you wouldn't necessarily consider them friends, or definitely not family, not really friends, but people that you know, or maybe you have to be around them, more like a colleague. But you getting into these whatever circles, and in these spaces, I'm really sensing like colleagues or maybe family members or friends that you're cool with, but you're not super close with because you sense within yourself that there's something non-trustworthy about them, something unsupportive about them, but more so in a very complex way, like just a way in which it's not necessarily always blatant, but for someone who's very tapped in energetically and spiritually would be able to notice. But for someone who's a little more grounded, a little more in the earth realm, I should say, a little more focused on the physical reality of things or things that are more tangible, those type of individuals wouldn't really have a good way of expressing logic or creating logic around why there is this complex lack of support energetically with you in this group. But what I'm getting at is there's shadow work to be done over you when you get into these spaces with these individuals and you either feel the need to explain yourself, feel the need to debate, feel the need to get to some kind of understanding that requires another individual's participation, especially with individuals who don't want to. There are some people that are committed to misunderstanding you, committed to being defensive to the things you say, committed to being a hassle for you. And that's a big key word this reading is hassle, hassle, hassle. And that's relevant to somebody that is significant for someone in this collective. But mis cristales, I see here that if it's not you needing to explain yourself or debate with somebody else, then this is more so someone trying to get you to do that. And it comes back to this concept of black sheep and gang stalking. I also heard gaming, so maybe like being in some sort of mental game or psychological warfare with individuals, or maybe like in the concept of a video game, someone who is quite fixated on killing you as many times as they can, or being a wrench in your machine, a monkey on your back, you know, or some type of challenge for you, creating a challenge for you. This individual wants to pull something out of you, be it making you focus on certain things that are draining your energy, even if it's not directly them, putting obstacles in your life that is making you very tired, very exhausted, very feeling like your hand is forced in a position to give something that you rather allot to something else. So for instance, let's say minding your business, doing your thing, and then boom, minding your business, doing your thing, you're in a situation with these individuals and they all have this vibe about them where simple tasks are not so simple. You just want a drink. You just want to come into the party, have a drink, come into the function, event, whatever, even the workplace, make your coffee, or if you're at a party, you want to get a drink. And these individuals are putting this vibe out that's making you uncomfortable, or maybe getting the drink that you're seeking is not so easy. In terms of the party example, they are giving the bartender a hard time, so you can't get your drink. Now they're making a bit of an issue for the bartender, or even if the bartender isn't really having an issue with that person, they are taking up the bartender's time so that you don't really get your drink, or the bartender gets you your drink, they bump into you, you spill a little bit of it. Now you have to take this extra energy to go to the bathroom, clean yourself off. You come back, your drink is nowhere to be found. Of course, don't leave your drink where somebody else can get to it unless you trust who you're leaving your drink with. That's a whole nother thing. Just be safe out here. I'm hearing be careful about roofies. For those who don't know what that is just some kind of drug or medication that people are slipped in their beverages or in their food to put you to sleep, for you to be essentially unconscious or non-coherent to what is taking place with you thereafter. Puts you in a hazy way, not capable of protecting yourself. So guys, be careful about that. I'm just putting that out there. But furthermore, I see that you are dealing with a situation. So once again, just back to the example, you've now, with you coming to a party, you wanting to just be in flow, have a good life, woo up the band, you know, and now you have these string of events that have made, you know, they've been, what is that word? Starts with an I. Inconvenient. These little energy battles have been inconvenient for you, and you have a determination to understand why, to understand what is going on. But the thing is, you reaching for that understanding through these individuals who are not going to be honest or straightforward about why they are being this way to you, or why they're emitting this vibration to you, because they know it deep down. They know. But they're going to play in your face like they don't get it. Like you're making a big deal of the situation. And this takes, yet again, more energy from you, because now you're in this disgruntled way. Whether you're on the side of the coin of trying to explain yourself, on the other side of the coin, feeling frustrated about needing an explanation out of someone else. Either could be relevant, just take what fits, don't make what doesn't fit for your situation fit. Don't force it. But you can see what I'm putting down here. For you guys, if it wasn't clear what I was suggesting, your shadow work has a lot to do with you finding solace within yourself. When you're feeling yourself being drained, taking that initiative to accept the truth of the situation as to why this is occurring, but then also allowing yourself to find that strength within you. You don't have to search externally for the answers. You don't have to change someone else. No matter how righteous you feel about the wrong that they're doing or the off nature that they exist in, you don't have to change them or get them to be someone you need them to be for you to feel better or healed over this situation. That is very significant for someone here. So, mis cristales, that's pretty much the message. I'm feeling called to wrap it up there. If you want a deeper message about this, go ahead and let me know. But yo, I'm also open for private sessions. I've been doing some really lovely private sessions, so full of deep healing. And I don't know what it is that I have this sleepy feeling over the collective. So please, if you need rest, take that rest. I'm getting that this is very much an emotional baggage that is weighing you down. And it's so much so that it's making you exhausted in the physical realm. So take that load off. Do the shadow work so that you can feel lighter, because you deserve that. You owe yourself that. I want to offer private readings, private healing sessions to you guys. Please do not forget that is open to you. The readings I've been doing, I'm floored. I'm excited and I'm joyful to be a part of it, because it's as if every individual that I read for has an incredibly unique story. You have an incredible mark on your story. And when I get to see that and just give gems and clues and assistance and guidance to those who really want it, that fills my heart. It's the way that I can feel gratitude over being a positive influence in you guys' lives. And I want to keep that going. So I'm not going to get on a soapbox, but yes, you can book a reading with me when you're ready. Everything's in the description box. If it's not there, as soon as you see that video, you can find it. As soon as you see this video, you can find it in all of my other videos. The information roughly stays the same, especially when it comes to booking me for private sessions, private readings. So I'm ready to see who else is gonna tap in with me. Get your messages today. That's all I gotta say. That's why I post, guys. I want you guys to receive the messages from your higher self, from your spirit team, that is in the best interest of you at that moment that you come across these things. Please do. I'm being called to breathe. I don't know what it is, guys. I'm still channeling you, and I'm also getting like this sensation of being high, this sensation of being woozy, drowsy. I'm hearing NyQuil. I'm also, once again, trigger warning, I'm really hearing like sleep medicine, sleepy things, sleepy time. So maybe sleepy time tea is significant for somebody. Chamomile, lavender. Guess I was told to keep channeling. I'm channeling very strong for this collective right now. So I guess I'm not being called to stop. But guys, this really is so serious. If you have anyone around you, or especially including yourself, that could be at risk or at danger for kidnapping, for date rape, for any type of abuse or force or manipulation like that, I am imploring you, be extra vigilant in this time. Be extra careful. Please be safe where you go. If you get a vibe or a feeling to not be somewhere, trust your intuition on that. I'm so serious. And I don't think so far on my general public readings that I've had to mention this, but I'm really being called to speak on it. So just take that into account. With that being said, I'm going to wrap it up there. You're beautiful. You're amazing, mis cristales. Estoy muy agradecida para todos ustedes. Y quiero más experiencias con ustedes. I want more time with you. I want more experiences with you. I'm grateful is all that I'm really saying. And I will be back with another reading very soon, very soon. Until then, please do hop over to another reading that you feel intuitively guided and book with me today. Ciao.